All right. I'm at the property. I thought I'd come out, let people see the dogs. I hadn't been doing videos much. You know, it's just been a lot going on. Um, Turning this into a business is a lot harder than I thought it was. You know, I'm more of a breeder trainer. You know, the business aspect is not something I really wanted to do. It's just I needed a way to make this the venture pay for itself. I didn't want to take out of my kids' mouth from my home to do what it is that I like to do. I love to do. But God has really blessed me. You know, the police. Well, I ain't gonna say the police. Peter tried to shut me down, and all they did was made me better. God bless me. That's why I say, man, dog men, y'all get out of. Y'all really need to get into God when y'all training these dogs. Cause I'm telling you, once you do it God's way, you will see the blessings. You will see how how the health of your dogs just everything is gonna fall right into place like you wanted. But people been doing it the wrong way for so long. That's all they know. Like I said, people need to start studying the creator and not the created. Most of the dog men out there nowadays, all they know is the dog and other men who knew the dog, but they didn't know the creator and how the creator wanted us to take care of these dogs. I'm telling y'all, get into that book. I'm gonna give you a little cap because I've been telling people I was gonna put together a video on how the police, how Peter tried to do me. And they brought in one of their star witnesses before he even testified. He went down his whole resume, and this is what he do. What he do is he travel the country, and he take on cases like this. He's a star veterinarian. He knows his ins and outs on the health of these dogs when they dealing with people who's fighting these dogs. And all he could tell the judge was these dogs were in excellent condition. I had to bust out laughing in the middle of the court, dude. Because he told me he had never seen dogs as healthy as these dogs were. And it was because of all the stuff I be telling y'all about, how God, sometimes the animals fasted, you got to fast. All these different things that God teach you about these animals, this is what we should be doing to these animals. We want these animals healthy. But a lot of people don't know how to take care of animals. They don't know what they're doing. He said that the superficial wounds that the animals did have are inducing to animals because animals do fight. He said in animals fight. That's a way of life for animals. They do fight, and you're gonna have situations where animals get into tussles and get into scrapes. But it's how you deal with it. You can tell if an animal been fought because the damage is a prolonged. He know when my dogs get to fighting. Once I find out my dog's fighting, I go out and I break them up. I stop them from fighting because they gonna fight, especially when you have a big, large pack of dogs. They gonna fight. So right now. These are a lot of these dogs. All these dogs, except about 2 or 3 of them, are under 2 years of age. I'm just training these dogs to be packed. I'm training them to move as a unit. Because I'm going to use these dogs. Some of them going to be used as hunting. And they got to understand, being around other dogs, that they can't be fighting and attacking each other. Right here, you see them getting into it. I'm going to pull out my gun. I'm going to shoot off a couple of times, break them up, let them go back to doing what they're doing. I'm going to deal with the 2 dogs that started. I'm going to scold them. I'm going to talk at them. I'm going to get on them. They're going to know that they're going to know what they did was wrong. And this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to train these dogs to understand that I want you to do something and you're going to listen to me. That's it. You don't have to turn into a big ordeal. Don't isolate the dog, because if you fight the dog, then if the dog get into a fight and then you isolate the dog, what you think gonna happen? That dog gonna build up aggression. That dog gonna understand that this is what that dog gonna do. Because what dogs do to dogs are like children. Sometimes what children do to get attention, they act out. And that's what dogs will do. If you scold them, that means you ain't gonna be spending a lot of time with them. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna act out to get you to spend time with them. I mean, every time you let them off chain, they're gonna go at another dog. What you do is you break them up and you let them keep roaming. You let them keep running. You let them keep playing. When they start that growling again, you step over there. You tell them again. You pull out the gun. You pull out a what's name. You make some noise. You get their attention, and then when you get their attention, you correct them. This is how you train dogs. These new age dogs that they have out now that people just getting because they the look. They ain't even thinking about the health issues of the dog. They ain't thinking about the dogs that they want nowadays. Ain't even I wouldn't even call them tactical dogs, because dogs be larger, they eat more, they have more issues. I'm selling a great dog at the lowest price imaginable. This great blood. This ain't no good blood. This great blood. All you got to do is look at the physiques of my dogs, look at the temperaments of my dogs. These are dogs that they can protect you when you're out in the forest. They can protect you from wolves. They can protect you from bears. They can protect you from every other animal you can even think about them protecting you from with the aggression of a pit bull. But these dogs are gentle as doves. Won't hurt a soul. They won't hurt a soul when you train them correctly. All I'm telling y'all is, man, get away from all these designer dogs, because I'm telling you, they got a plan. All I'm gonna tell you is pay attention to the plan. First they take God, then they take dads, then they take guns, then they take dogs. It just seems like they trying to leave people defenseless. I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm saying nothing else. All I'm saying is, ask me questions. I'm open to any questions people have to ask me about these animals. I'm open to showing you whatever you need to see. You'll see me doing a lot more videos like this. I'm really right now trying to stop breeding more so, because I got all of the blood the way I wanted it. So now what I'm finna mainly focus on is training these dogs in the ways that I want them trained. I want some to be hunting dogs, but really I want them to be all-purpose dogs. But I know certain people are gonna use them for certain things. So I'm gonna focus on some of them more on hunting. I'm gonna focus on some of them more on garden. I'm gonna focus for some of them more on pets with a purpose. But that's what you're gonna see. A lot of my content gonna be this. I'm finna start back making videos like I always promise every time I do a video. But I'm gonna do it now, because I actually got it separated the way I got the animals separated, situated the way I want to. So now I'm ready. I know people probably thought I fell off. No, far from that. I just been homing my skill. I've been breeding. I've been getting them ready for when people are ready to come on out here and get them. Look at these dogs. Look how healthy these dogs look. Look how happy these dogs are. Just all I'm gonna say is pay attention to my video. I ain't got no dogs running around with health issues, joint issues, all this crazy stuff. These people, man, you go buy a dog $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, and then you find a dog got hip issues and all this other stuff. And a lot of it due from you. Most people don't know what they're doing. Overfeeding the dog, wanting a big, heavy dog, not understanding what it takes to maintain that heaviness in a healthy manner. People, I keep telling y'all, I'm trying to show y'all, just stick with God, stick with what God tell you to do with your animals, do it with your animals. And I'm telling you, you have a great, great animal. A great, great animal. Look at him. That one right there behind me, he the one that got into it. Them two right there behind me are the two that got into it. Now it's like it's not a big deal, because I didn't make it into a big deal. I corrected them. I moved on. And that's what you're supposed to do. You train dogs like you train children. You get on them, you get on them, and then you go back to being regular. You don't make it into a big ordeal. Now, at the end of this video, I'm going to show y'all, like, I'm going to chain them up. I'm going to start putting them up, chaining them up, and then once I get through chaining them up, I'm going to go ahead, clean up. I'm going to give them their water, give them their food. And you're going to see how relaxed and how happy they are. They're going to be out of breath. See, look at them. Patting, they out of breath. They ready now. They're ready to receive what it is I'm out there giving them. That's why I'm going to give them their food. I'm going to give them their water. You got to make a dog work for that meal. Nowadays, people just be feeding their dogs, overfeeding their dogs, and the dogs don't even be working. These are working dogs. This is what a working dog look like. People be talking about me chaining the dogs up. Yeah, I chain them up, but I chain my dogs up where they can actually play with each other. So even though they chain, it's just like being in a house. You put a dog in the house, 2 hours in the house, they can run around the house, but they can't go outside the house. That's a form of tethering. But I'm chaining my dogs for their protection and for other people's protection.
Water, clean water, dog houses.
And these dogs don't understand that they chained up.
Just resting right now.
because they getting everything they need in the environment they in. They getting companionship with other dogs. They getting food, water. They getting love. They getting exercise. They getting everything they get. These dogs are happier than them dogs that be in the apartment looking all sad.
Give them enough.
Like, hey, like if they had, like they want to do something to themselves.
Get back down here before the end. It depends. I'm random.
People crack me up with that, man.
But this is day. I got a full trash can full.
Like I said, if y'all want to get in contact with me, send me a message.
Lay it out. A nice little run. A little tussle. Gotta set them for a little while right there.
Look at them.
Jesus freak out. Thank you.